Hi everybody, this is Randy. So I have something kind of important I would like to share. Have not made a video in quite a while. So I've had somewhat of a synchronistic event within, I guess it all happened today. It all came together sort of today and causing me to need to make this video for you. So maybe about a week or two ago, I did receive a comment from someone who I really had never heard of on one of my channels, and I don't know if it was male or female, and the person referred me to someone named Jordan Peterson. He is a professor, psychology professor at the University of Toronto. He's under quite a bit of scrutiny, and he's talks about things that are apparently extremely controversial, although to me they're just normal. And he's got tons of stuff on YouTube now. It's like free lectures, and he just makes to me a whole lot of sense, and I enjoy listening to him. I've just been overloading myself with Jordan Peterson videos. So that is my first referral. For those of you who have never heard of him, listen to one or two of his things, and if you like him, you might also get hooked, as I have, on Jordan Peterson. Second of all, the synchronistic event was that I listened to two videos this morning. They came up pretty much back to back for me. One was by someone who does not have very many subscribers. She's new. She's talking about narcissistic abuse, and her name is Jennifer Green, Greene, if you want to check her out. She talked about narcissistic abuse and the advice that we get from videos or from YouTube. And talking about how it seems to her that a lot of the advice might be like not applicable to everyone, which is totally true and the case, right? Everyone does not fit the same mold, although a lot of the people that talk about the targets want to try to fit us all into a certain type of a mold. I've always pretty much rejected that idea, the idea of everyone being empaths, everyone being codependents, everyone, I don't know, wanting to have been abused, wanting to be abused, having come from some abusive family, blah, 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 blah. Okay, some of it is the case, some of it may not be the case. Anyway, she was kind of talking about her objections to the fact that we all have to forgive the narcissist. A lot of those things, you know, that drive some of us just absolutely nuts when we think about it. So I listened to her, and I was like, yes, I totally agree with you. We are not all the same. Then right after that, back to back, a Kim Wilson TV video that I heard was talking about, again, how we're all lumped into the same category by some people as being codependents, and that issue where, you know, only a codependent would get involved with a narcissist. So Kim Wilson very much disproves that in her video, if you would like to go listen to that. So I heard those two videos back to back. I'm putting that together a little bit with Jordan Peterson, because I've been basically overloading myself on him. And he's a very intelligent speaker, and I just, you know, can't get enough. And then I clicked on just another one by Jordan Peterson after I had listened to those other two. And Jordan Peterson is talking about his, I don't know if it's his. I don't know if he made up this personality test. He very well may have made up the personality test. He probably did, because he's selling it on his website. And this is what I want to refer you to. So I figured, you know, if certain people don't fit the mold, or a lot of us don't fit the mold, that this, quote, typical victim of the narcissistic abuse supposedly fits. And we know it in our heart, and we kind of can't seem to prove it to ourselves or to other people, or we would just like some more validation or confirmation. I thought this might be a valid way to get that kind of confirmation, by putting all my people that I love all together and referring you to a video that I will put in the description below by Jordan Peterson. And it is introducing this big 5-aspect scale. And what it is a personality test. And I know about the 5 aspects. Jordan Peterson definitely didn't make up those unless he was, I guess he could have. Because I took a test myself, a personality test, that measured myself on these big 5 aspects. I took it in 2000, so 18 years ago, I took this test. And so I don't know if it's exactly the same test, but basically it was measuring the same 5 aspects of personality. What was really interesting is that I took the test and I got the results, and I hid the results because after I read my own results, there was like one thing I didn't like about the result, and I felt like ashamed. I was either thinking either that's wrong or what if it's not wrong, and to me it was a result that seemed bad. Like it wasn't what I wanted. It wasn't how I thought I was. I put this personality test away in the drawer. Definitely didn't want my narcissist to read my personality test, right? So that was like 18 years ago. And when Jordan Peterson started talking about these 5 aspects, I recognized them. And I thought to myself, hey, I took a personality test that measured me on these 5 aspects. I took it a long time ago, and I remember hiding that away. Where is that? So I drug it out, and I found it right away. And I reread it, and then I listened to how Mr. Peterson, or Professor Peterson, how he describes, people high on certain aspects and lower on other aspects, and he does all sorts of videos on kind of what it means to you in life when if you're a particularly agreeable person. Well, here, let me name the 5 aspects. Extroversion, so you're either, high, average, or low on extroversion. Conscientiousness is the second aspect, where you're either going to be high in conscientiousness, average, or low. Openness to experience is either going to be high, average, or low. Agreeableness is the 4th aspect, and neuroticism is the 5th aspect. And then in whatever combination you come out as, will tell you kind of a lot of things about yourself and how to approach the world, how to approach others, and what you might want to improve about yourself or change, work to change. Excuse me, I have a cold. So, okay, where was I? So when I drug out my personality test, and I realized that what I had once thought was not good as one of my aspects, once Jordan Peterson explained it and I listened to his videos, it was pretty good. What I thought was bad about myself that came out on a test was not bad at all. It was actually something that I am glad to know that I am. And it's funny that I hid it away from myself and from the narcissist at one point and brought it out now 17 years later. Excuse me, sorry about that. Okay, last point. I'm going to put a link to Jordan Peterson's video about this personality scale that he offers on his website for $9.95. Now, I don't work for Jordan Peterson. I have taken a test similar. I have not taken this test, but it's only $9.95, right? And I thought that for those of you who might see yourself one way, maybe you find out through this test that you're actually something different. Or at least maybe you prove to yourself, well, see, I thought I was this way. I thought I was really like high in agreeableness, and I show up as high in agreeableness. And what does this mean to me? So anyway, it's a 100-item questionnaire, I guess, online. $9.95. You will get the results, I guess, in written form, pretty detailed out, tell you a lot about yourself. I think you probably can't go wrong for $10. And it might surprise you. The results might surprise you, and it may help you to even like defend and validate your own thoughts to yourself about, you know, how other people are telling you you must be to have been a victim of narcissistic abuse, and whether or not they're right or not, whether or not, what they must say is bullshit, because you're looking at your personality scores, and what it's ended up saying about you is exactly what you thought, and nobody's going to tell you any different. So I think it's a fun thing to do. I think it's very affordable, $9.95, to find out about yourself. And his website, I guess, is called understandmyself.com. And the test is called the Big 5 Aspects Scale. It's $9.95. Like I said, I don't work for Jordan Peterson. I'm just promoting him because, like, he's my new crush in terms of intellectual stimulation and inspiration right now. I would definitely refer you all to his videos. Some of you may really, really like them. I guess some of you may be bored with them and not, and whatever, to each his own. But I thought I would mention this synchronistic kind of event where I watched a couple videos of people kind of complaining about being pegged wrongly. And then this perfect opportunity actually comes up where you can find out for yourself. I mean, for $10 you can't go wrong. And I think it's a probably really valid personality test that you can do yourself, and then have the personalized results there. And since you have to pay, it's not going to be a scam, but it's not some, unrealistic amount. So if anybody does go ahead and take the test, please comment below on my video here that you did it, and let others know what you thought about it. All right, thank you so much for listening, and happy personality testing.